Go me.
Hello and welcome everyone to a fantastic episode of Was That in Good Taste? And today we're getting into a little bit of the heavier stuff. You know, this one's been kind of a tough week for everyone, and we don't really know if things are going to get any better soon. So today we're going to be talking about grief, namely just having that tough pill to swallow. And to help you through that grieving process, you got me, and I'm one of your hosts. And my name is Chandler Phillips. And with me, as always, is the other half of your hosts.
My name is James Beery, and I'm so sad. I'm so terribly, terribly sad.
I'm not sad.
Boo-hoo.
I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed in you.
And
I'm like a parent chastising you. How could you?
That's,
What are we grieving?
Well, I think
We're grieving democracy.
I think a bit of democracy. I think there's a lot of things to kind of grieve. Like, I had a fantastic summer and a pretty stellar fall. And now those are over. And it's about to get real cold, both on the insides and the outsides. Like, I feel like we're kind of just going into a bit of a depression.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. We had maybe not so favorable election as results, and things don't really seem like they're gonna get a whole lot better before they get worse,
Unless they get a lot worse before they get even worser.
but who knows, they could get better than after that.
It's the heavy stuff.
Sometimes you kind of have to buckle through the worstness in order to then appreciate the goodness after that. And to help us out with getting through
Does
the
it have
worst
to
of
be
it,
this bad?
we got one of the most notorious spirits to try to lift ours. We got Jepson's Malort liqueur. It is known for being one of the most awful swill tasting liquors on the market. It's comes from Chicago. It's one of it's almost like a joke drink at this point.
It's so much of one that even though I've never had it, I've seen TikToks of it.
Yeah.
I've seen TikToks of this shit all the time.
And I've had it once before, and I cannot even begin to describe how ransacked I felt spiritually and emotionally.
I'm excited for this.
It's Malort is a depressed person's drink. If you are drinking Malort regularly, please seek help.
I hit the Google machine. Do you want me to get you some Malort information?
Yeah.
While you crack the bottle?
You tell me some Malort lore, and I'll get us poured up here.
So Malort is really interesting because Malort means wormwood in Swedish. I didn't know that. Malort is an anisette wormwood liqueur. It's a Basque liquor, which is a Swedish wormwood liqueur. This is distilled by CH Distilling in Chicago. It used to be what's the name of I forgot the Malort. What's it called? James Malort, John Malort, Jemson's.
Carl Jepson's.
Please God, don't be mad at me. The Carl Jemson's Malort. It got bought actually in 2013 by this other distilling company, which has been keeping it alive, actually. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the social media advertising and stuff we're seeing, like that's definitely advertising. And it's definitely more recent. And it's likely because this larger distilling company took it over. But the thing that's really interesting about this is that the chemical, apparently people think in absinthe that makes you woozy and high is called the noon.
That's a dope name.
Right? I'm probably saying it incorrectly.
Noon.
Apparently that's actually probably not true. This has very low levels of it. I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I always thought it was an artichoke thing. Like I thought artichoke was the
It's
thing.
anisette. It's anisette and licorice. Was that the other? Was that the other
You
one?
said anisette and wormwood
Wormwood. Yeah, sorry. What did I say? Licorice.
because that's kind of what anisette tastes like.
Yeah.
All right. So what we have to go by on the back of here, it says Jepson's Malort has the aroma of a full-bodied flavor of an unusual botanical.
Full body, baby.
Its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers.
I like double fisting. My cocktails. I'm just ready for it. I'm just ready for it. Everybody says it's disgusting, but here's the thing. If you're grieving in movies, you never see people slamming down something and then going, that's refreshing. They never get like a pina colada. They always get something hard. Hey, John, give me my regular. You're having a bad day, James.
Give me a whiskey. Or you see like a distraught mother going to the liquor cabinet and pulling out like a box of wine and a bucket of Xanax and just go.
Whoa. I'd like to do that.
All right.
You're putting it off. Is it that bad?
I don't know. I don't know.
People are so disgusted by it. I'm gonna just say the truth. I think it's gonna be so fucking good.
What's the nose? What are you getting on the nose?
Let me whiff it. Okay, this is gonna be good radio for audio only listeners on Spotify.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
You know what this tastes like?
Soap.
It's kind of like grapefruit juice.
Oh yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Wait.
What the fuck? This is like grapefruit.
It's still unpleasant and it's lingering.
Guess what? I like it.
Ugh.
I like it. It tastes like, you know what it tastes like? I know why you don't like it. I know exactly. We had this conversation before. You don't like grapefruit peel. You don't like the pith. You don't like grapefruit that much.
No, I'm pissed.
You don't like the piffiness. This tastes like Campari boiled down.
Yeah. Oh no.
And there's like a lingering bitterness.
Oh.
I think that I got the perfect cocktail for this.
What?
All right. You're going to think this is crazy. A sparkling champagne drink. Which is going to be already because champagne. But like, actually, no. I'm actually going to go something brighter.
It's still just sitting on the back of my tongue. And
you know what they say. You know what they say, right?
Yeah. No, what do they say?
They say if it's bitter, then you need to have another shot of it so that your palate either gets blown out or you get so inebriated that you don't realize how bitter it is.
If you think it's bitter, you're a quitter. That one has a better ring.
What are we? I'm gonna ask you. What are we really grieving? Right? Because I feel like before I pound this one, because I feel like I need to talk about some grieving stuff. Because this is really souring my mood. Because I like it, but there's like this bitterness at the end. If you're getting that the entire time, I'm sorry.
It's not the entire time. It's from when we took the shot till now. It has just stayed there, and it's oh god. I haven't tried to chase it. I haven't tried to wash it out, and it's sticking around. And you'd think after like one good wash, you'd think like, oh okay. Maybe the palate's cleansed a little bit. The palate has not been cleansed.
The palate is never cleansed.
So I think to analog to that, feel like we're all kind of feeling that a little politically or socio-politically. Because
Donald Trump won the election in the United States of America.
And it's leaving just an awful taste in my mouth. It's ugh. Ugh.
And so I was really trying to figure out what it like. I don't know. I'm not really good with dealing with grief. When my grandfather died, I don't think I ever really truly unpacked that. So I carry that with me always.
Is that what that box is in the?
No, that's his brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's his brother.
You're right. He's part of the baggage in the hallway.
So I looked up what are the 7 stages of grief, right?
Oh,
Because I kind of didn't know. I was like, well, maybe instead of reading a book or going to see a therapist, I could Google the 7 stages of grief. I could look at them. I could apply my feelings to them, and then I could pretend like everything is great because I looked at some.
are you trying to
pictures.
speed run the stages of grief?
I am.
You're just okay. All right, let's figure them out. Okay, step number 1.
Stage 1.
Stage 1 grief.
November 5th, 2025.
And go.
Shock and denial.
Oh,
Feeling
no.
numb disbelief or denying the reality of the loss.
That can't have happened. Oh man, there must be a recount. Maybe they lost. Maybe they lost.
Trump's here. Trump's here. Trump's here.
Nah, it's actually not over, and in fact, it's probably not even a legitimate. And we've done elections in the Electoral College for a while now, and maybe it's not worth it. Maybe democracy is just kind of overrated, and I think if someone can just like be president, no, why should anyone just be president? Maybe we should just get rid of that branch of government altogether. I don't know. Okay, next stage.
Pain and guilt.
What could we have done better?
Oh, God.
I feel like it's actually our fault for not advocating
Didn't
more.
make enough videos.
You didn't make enough video. I didn't talk to enough of my fence sitting
your friends and stuff. You didn't talk to your family.
I didn't do enough reach out. I didn't donate to any campaigns.
Did you surround yourself with enough women of color?
Oh, I surround myself with
women of color.
No, I make sure that I surround them.
I'm not trying to speak for you, but
I am but in their orbit. I'm but just a comet, to a bright white comet, just trying to orbit the sun.
Damn, it sounds like went from pain and guilt to horny for black women.
Is that not how you deal with pain and guilt?
You know what? Yes, actually.
It's the white guilt coming through, and so it's,
oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it's like, could you? I don't really understand what's happening. It seems it's really bad for you. Can you explain it to me?
I think at this point I need to do more listening than talking, but also I didn't do enough outreach, and I'm not going to speak for women of color, but I also should have spoken on behalf of women of color more.
I'm sorry. I let you down. It's my fault. No, I feel so terrible. Oh, I understand that it's going to affect you, but I just feel too bad. I am so sorry. I am sorry that I did this to you. It is about me now. I'm sorry.
Do you think we would feel better if, like, I don't know, we run a marathon or something? Like, I'm not going to advocate for self-harm, but just like to kind of exhaust yourself.
I mean, I'm just going to say,
like, feel better.
If you're going to be engaged and you want to be part of your community and make sure that people around you are safe, I think it might be time to cut back on the fruit brewskis, stretch a little bit more, exercise a little bit more, not because you're going to need to be engaging in fisticuffs with the army, but you may have to one day help somebody hide just from a police officer trying to do something, or you might have to try to protect yourself or someone that you love by somebody who's emboldened by Trump's racism.
This feels way too constructive for only stage 2 of grief.
Well, that's because...
Wait, what's stage 3?
Stage 3. You know what? It's true. Because this is what... I'm bargaining, right? I'm bargaining right now.
Okay.
It's anger and bargaining. Because I'm pissed as hell. But I feel like, you know what? I'll do anything. I'll do... You know what? I'll wear a MAGA hat. Trump, please just drop out, please. I know you already won, but just change your mind.
Just you won. You did it. You won. Maybe you just take the W, okay? You take the W, you go to Mar-a-Lago, you don't do anything. You hang out for 4 years and you have to do nothing.
You know what?
Would that be actually that would work with With us, if like you just took the win,
Ugh.
you chilled out for 4 years, and you vacationed. You know, take a load off.
Hey,
You
go
have-
back, play golf. Oh,
play golf.
golf.
Just have the time to yourself.
Please just enjoy yourself. Have
don't
fun.
even do any politics. You don't have to. You won.
Yeah. You're a billionaire.
You're a billionaire.
Big Don.
Everyone loves you.
You're the best.
Everyone thinks that you're amazing.
Wow. You know what?
Just
Wow.
dude,
Your building is so big.
you got nothing. Yeah, it's honestly, it's way bigger than mine.
It's the biggest.
It's
It's the biggest. Oh God. Oh God. We're gonna be fucking talking about fucking Trump for 4 more fucking years. Oh God, you better like this. You better like this shit, or else I'll be so mad. I'm so fucking angry. You know what? I'm gonna be actually angry. I'm gonna be really angry. I'm gonna express some fucking anger.
yeah.
You know who I'm fucking mad at for real?
Uh-huh.
I am mad at the Democratic Party because, one, we are not parties. Parties are supposed to represent us, right?
Parties are supposed to be fun.
So it's not if you're a Democrat. Fuck no. People are not a Democrat or a fucking Republican. That's not how it fucking works. The parties are supposed to fucking reflect you. They're supposed to at least be like different sides of a spectrum where it's like, oh, I want to help you this much. And they're like, I want to help you this way instead. Instead, the Democrats allowed this to happen.
Oh, sorry, I can't help. Can't get to the phone right now. I'm too busy trying to be president.
They seriously don't do nothing. All this shit, blah, blah, blah. You know, the Democrats spend $1 billion fucking dollars and they have no way to talk about a fucking message. They have no clear message that makes people feel like they care about them because people don't give a shit about politics.
How much time and effort did they spend on running either campaign, on focusing on re-election rather than like actually, I don't know, doing their fucking jobs?
You know what? That would be actually a really cool fucking way to run a campaign. Could you fucking imagine running a campaign where instead of having rallies, you go, hey, we're going to be taking this $1 billion and we're going to be going from town to town, city to city, state to state, and seeing where we can put this money to use. I'm just saying, instead of having fucking Beyonce, also, you shouldn't have to fucking pay people. This is the thing. I'm not fucking joking. This is shit I get angry about.
Endorsements?
Right? Is that the fucking Republicans do not have to pay my fucking pillow. They don't have to pay Hulk Hogan. They don't have to pay these motherfuckers. These people are fucking enthused.
I mean, they probably had to pay Tony.
Oh, Vince.
Huh?
'Cause
No, like pay Tony Hinchcliffe. 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
Tony.
he
Oh,
did-
yeah, yeah. Oh,
He did a set. Like,
you know what? I'll tell you something. If you're a fan of the Trump, then you wouldn't. Because everybody knows the kind of person he is, and you want to be on his good side because he's a big fucking child. Okay? And so you want to be just on his good side, and the people around him in his orbit fucking love him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Tony Hinchcliffe did not fucking do Trump's Madison Square Garden rally, you know, that was evoking a fucking Nazi rally from the fucking 1940s for money. He didn't do that shit to make a buck.
no,
if he had to do
he
it,
did it so he could open up for Tucker Carlson.
yeah, if he if he fucking did it for any money, it would have to be scale because Madison Square Garden is heavily fucking unionized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so maybe because he's a performer, he's fucking there. Maybe he has to get fucking paid scale or some shit. Okay? But you know what? At the end of the fucking day, the Democratic Party has to fucking pay people. They have to actually fucking pay people because nobody's enthused about their fucking messaging. God damn it. It's so stupid.
Or lack thereof.
God
All right.
fuck it. You know what I need? You know what I need?
Yeah.
You know what I need?
Oh, God, it doesn't get
I got you this. Sweet up front.
Yeah.
Then it gets into like this kind of like, because it is sweet, but now I'm starting to get into like grapefruit territory where, you know, the problem that I have, I realize, is it was very good. Like a minute and a half after, it was still fine.
It tastes
But
like
at 2
soap.
minutes, I got this very heavy bitterness that sat in my mouth.
Yep.
And I get why people don't like that. No more anger, no more bargaining. Now it's time for depression and reflection. And I've been depressed for exactly 1 week and 1 day. No, 1 week and 2 days.
Yep.
I ain't doing shit.
And I think that's okay. I think that's, look, it's a natural step. of the process, even if maybe the process is kind of a old psychology kind of thing. I don't think. Well, let me rephrase. I think everybody's process looks different, but I think everyone goes through these steps, maybe loops back to a couple other steps, makes 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. We work together because opposites attract. And I think it's important to feel your feelings and to kind of not wallow in despair, but simmer, you know, to have like a good brood about it, you know, where you're just kind of like, fuck.
And it's also important to like reflect on like what you were even grieving. Like if you're grieving a friendship loss where the person lost their life, or perhaps something happened that irrevocably just tore you to apart that had nothing to do with you, then that's something worth grieving, right?
Yeah.
Is it worth grieving a loss for a political party that obviously didn't do enough to try to protect my civil liberties? Is it even worth grieving, an institution that doesn't even support me or doesn't use my money, to do anything positive for me? Is it worth even fucking, it's like a mother who abused you.
I think what I'm really grieving for, what's really got me down in the dumps, is the fact that so much of Trump's rhetoric is around destabilizing the checks and balances that are intrinsic to democracy to function.
You're saying that shit real nice. Accelerationism.
And I think
burn it down.
What I think there's good thing. Like, look, I want to, burn it all down as much as the next guy. Maybe even a little bit more. I love fires.
The most.
I'm gonna say the most. That might make me a person of interest.
It's like you remember in 2021 in Norfolk, Connecticut? Just saying.
I wasn't there.
It was pretty though.
But a lot of what he's been talking about is like, we're gonna do stuff to pretty much consolidate power under the executive branch, and that's how democracies fall. Like it's kind of text, and eventually it will come back, or we will have some sort of reinstatement of order and balances between parliamentary or legislative branches, judicial branches, and executive, but it's gonna be a long time. And I think
it could be 2 years.
It could be 2 years.
It could be 4. It could be 15, 20, 80, 100.
But to see such an emphatic, what's the word for like conciliate? No, where like your consolation of those kind of civil liberties, where so many people have thought, even if that is on the table, I'm willing to take that chance if it brings inflation down or something. That seems like that has just been so drastically disheartening that people would rather see authoritarianism than radical socialism.
And this is why I was telling you earlier that I was in Oculus Quest and big screen, whatever the fuck, I'm a loser. And there's like, people always have politics rooms there. And I ended up speaking with about 50 Republicans, and the majority of them seem like at least okay people who really just are actually really fucking poor. They all are actually really educated about how things are around them. And I kept hearing that the median income around them is $15K, $20K, like unlivable, right? And around them, they only see white people and black people who are in drugs. You know what I mean? So they correlate people on welfare with drugs. Like, I'm listening, and what I see is people who are so fucking like hungry for a solution. They're so fucking desperate, right? And I'm gonna be fair. This is the truth. If you are homeless in a city like New York, right? If you are struggling in a city like New York, people in New York there's always somebody who gets out. If you live in a big city, People get out all the
People
time.
get out.
You know, so you look around you, people become doctors, lawyers. If you're living in some small town, way less people get out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't fucking get out. And so these people are fucking they feel so left behind and so disenfranchised. And the party of the people that's supposed to be the Democrats, right? They don't do shit for them. Ever. They never do shit for them. Ever fucking ever. And I'm not trying to stick up for these Trump people because the reality is these MAGA people, there's obviously a lot of sickness, right? And a lot of like fucking white nationalism and all that shit, obviously, because it's built up of whiteness and you see the person who's doing it. But the majority of people, I'm not saying they're stupid. That's not fair. I actually have decided we keep saying that, and that's not fucking fair. Even though if you voted against me, I'm not going to be your fucking friend. They're just informed by the things around them, and the things around them are just telling them stuff that's going to hurt them. And when it comes to their politicians, because their politicians don't care about them. The people who are from where they are or who capitulate to them don't give a shit about them, right? They use their fears, they use their anxieties, you know, to stoke flames, because ever since the end of fucking slavery, you know, the South has been fucking struggling to make sure that it maintains its, you know, financial, its power in this country. Right? Ever since the end of fucking slavery. It's not all fucking slavery, you know, but that's a big, huge fucking thing. There's been a huge political just fucking fight, and there are a lot of people who don't give a shit, but also the party who's supposed to give a shit doesn't. Yeah. Okay, I'm angry. There we go.
You're back.
I worked myself up. No, it's good. It's good. Whew. But also, I don't give a shit about fucking Democrats. I only give a shit about people who are not being taken care of. I only care. I would give up everything. My comfort, podcast, I would give up everything but my friends, you know what I mean? And like my family, which obviously is the thing you shouldn't have to give up. Other than that, I'd give up doing podcasts and looking at YouTube. If we could hang out and be safe and you're healthy and whole and my mother's healthy and whole and we, you know, have to work 15 hours a week, that's compulsory because we're all contributing to society. But like, you know, I have a house, and if I want to get like a regular job, I can do that or some shit. I'll give up anything. I'll give up fucking identity, because that stuff really doesn't fucking matter. I'll give up because I think personally
you would be turned into a number.
No, I would give up not the identity of my individual self. I would give up some of the you know, like I'm a gender abolitionist, right? You know, I'm a gender abolitionist. You know, so like, fuck gender. Who needs gender? I don't need fucking gender. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me shit. I don't give a fuck. If everybody can be safe, gender. you know, a lot of this shit is just like extra. I'm willing to give it up. You know, all the things that don't matter, so that the things that matter can continue. You know, I want that so fucking bad for people. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm working towards the upward turn. And this is the part of life where, you know, you're beginning to adjust and you're starting to, your emotions start to tilt more positive.
Yeah.
Right? Where you go from angry and being sad to being like, well, okay, you know what? This sucks. I'm adjusting to what this is.
Wait, this is the step called the upward turn?
Yeah. You know? Huh. And now
it's like a kickball change.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm starting to understand what this is. It's been 9 days, and I know that it hasn't happened yet, but like I'm trying to go through them as fast as possible. I'm not trying to spend
speed running. We're actually getting through all the stages right here.
Yeah, like I'm trying to do this shit right now.
By the end of this episode, we will have finished and succeeded at grieving.
Absolutely. And at the end of the fucking day, you know, I'm starting, even though I'm still feeling a lot of all the stuff, you can go on the fucking internet, you can look it up your fucking self. There's a lot of sad stuff coming, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or possibly, right? And if it does, it's going to be very bad. But I'm starting to feel a slight positive tilting towards positivity.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the upward turn.
You're feeling the upward turn?
I'm feeling the upward turn. What about you, Chandler?
Oh, I don't know if I'm there yet, bud. You know what? Maybe I need a little bit of help feeling that upward turn.
Oh, God. You know what's crazy? I'm actually getting really active. That bitterness, the second time, was not there as much. 70 proof. 70 proof.
That's not too bad. That's
Like a vodka or
that's
whatever.
less than most gins and vodkas. It's like a hefty. Actually, I think that's like what Campari is. So wait, we didn't actually talk about what kind of fun cocktail we would. Oh wait, no, we got what, 2 more steps?
Yeah, we have 2 more steps.
All right,
They're
let's
just
get
short
through
though.
the last 2
Because I feel like we're actually already working to the next one.
Because once you get through the upward turn, you're not.
No, it is though. Yeah.
You're not gonna blue skies it, but you are gonna silver linings it. And here's my one silver linings that I think, it might be a little selfish, but during Trump's last presidency, I was at my skinniest and arguably at my hottest. So, maybe I got that to look
Can I be
forward
real? Me too. I was thinking that.
Kind of.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, we're doing it.
There's a little bit of me that's like, yeah, well, I did kind of reach a low point where I was like, well, I guess I should just go for a run to just kind of get these feelings out. And you do that enough. I don't know.
A little RFK, a little broad famine, needs a little slim waist.
Maybe I get a little svelte. I get a little snatched.
The next one is actually great. Is reconstruction and working through.
That seems like the most important. This one seems like the one that therapy is actually for, whereas like the other ones you just kind of have to ram through, and then you get to like, all right, well, how do I reconstruct? How do we reconstruct?
People, the ones that I call libs, like regular liberal people who aren't so fucking hyper focused as I am about politics. I feel like they're grieving really hard, but like I think we have to be pragmatic and very realistic. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen yet, and we actually, despite the fact that the system don't work for us, the system does work to protect itself, and it absolutely does not benefit the United States of America to collapse. Okay,
it's kind of like the whole thing where it's like life or living organisms exists out of spontaneity, seeks to preserve itself out of paranoia, and then dies arbitrarily. Like that's kind of the life cycle of all things. It's just kind of, it exists spontaneously, but that entire existence, we cling to self-preservation compulsively.
I'm about to throw a little acceptance and hope in here, because which is the last step. I'm about to throw something in here because I need people to understand that actually it does seem like it sucks, and if Trump will absolutely try to deport millions of people, but I just need you to understand that people are really concerned about their self-preservation, and if you think people in the Senate are going to allow themselves and their families to starve, it ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? So if Trump
even to lose a large margin of their constituents.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll be honest, they're not really there yet. If it's January 21st and it turns out that it's going to collapse the American economy, watch Trump get fucking impeached. You know what I mean? But the problem is that it has to how it goes wrong has to affect the people in power.
Yeah.
Which
does that mean it's got to get real bad?
No, I don't think so, because I think that despite anything, you see people like Warren Buffett took out a bunch of money. He did this back in 2008 too, because he saw the economic downturn coming, the last Great Recession.
Yeah.
So they do that so they can buy up equity and stuff for things that lose their value. So they hold on to cash, then they buy it out. That's obviously a really disgusting practice.
Yeah.
And that is happening. But the fact that that's happening means that they're scared of that downturn. And Trump's policies, his policy prescriptions, aka cyanide pills, are so violent that if it wasn't for the fact that he's trying to get a clown college to be his cabinet, even though that could still actually be worse too. That still could even turn out to be worse. But I don't know, people who've never run an organization with more than 5 people running an organization that has 1,500 people working for it.
Honestly, it would be a hilarious sitcom if it weren't so our reality.
It's the president, and he's creating a new. He's like, hey, Mr. Garrison, what are you doing? I got Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy here, and I'm gonna make a new department called DOGE, Department of Organization of Government.
They'd be like, hey, hey guys, it's a Beavis and Butthead thing. We're like, hey guys, we're gonna make a new government department, and it's gonna be called Doge, like
Doge.
like the coin, you know, because you know how much we like Bitcoin and the crypto. It's like that. Yeah, it's hilarious. Everyone's gonna love
Elon Musk is that. You know, he is that. That's stuff that's so. I feel like nobody else seems to be really concerned. That is, could you fucking imagine? Fuck Doge. If I was president and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put Chandler and my friend Johnny from high school, who I love very much, but we haven't seen each other in a while. I'm gonna put them in charge of a new organization, and it's gonna be called the Universal Individual Galaxy Orientation Home, Yu-Gi-Oh. There you go. And whatever the fuck, like, I'll just fucking, like, it's literally the dumbest thing. And the fact that it happened shows how unserious these people are. And fuck what you think about government. You have no systemic power, and the people in charge are naming organizations that actually already exist. They want to create duplicates that are the names of memes. That is a random guy who owns a car company and some random other guy who nobody heard about, who's like a venture capitalist. Okay, you know, but I'm accepting that shit, and I'm hoping that shit is so wacky that Republicans not wanting Matt Gaetz to be Secretary of Defense, please God, let them put some moderate ass fucking Republicans who are like regular wall hawks, so they can continue. Unfortunately, I don't really love this, the siege in Palestine at the same exact level, like maybe even a little bit, like just slightly, so that it persists over 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So people still alive, you know?
Yeah.
Because
in order for you to be in a wartime state, you have to have people to be at war
as
with.
opposed to Trump and his, like, you know, kill all the let me get the guy who thinks that Palestinians don't exist. Let me get the guy who works for Fox News who said that Palestinians aren't real. Let me get that guy and put him in charge of the State Department. Let me do that. That's cool. That's cool.
He's gonna end up sending, like,
I'm drinking this Malort.
missiles to Bangladesh because he thinks Palestine is actually Pakistan.
God, that's God.
It's
a bitter pill to swallow.
If you
episode
were
title.
president, if you were president and you were gonna do a nepotism like
I'm
that,
not throwing away my shot.
What would you actually have me, like, what would you appoint me to
First,
if I were in your cabinet?
First, my mother is going to be the first lady. Even if I'm married, I feel like it'd be really corny, but I feel like as a black president, like,
who are you, Pence?
No, listen, there's a reason for this.
Yes, mother
my wife
is my wife.
Literally, my wife would be right there, you know, or my husband, whatever the fuck, like, my first person would be right there. Yeah. But I feel like because I'm a black American, Obama was trying to do a thing where he was trying to do like a moderate thing. He was also very moderate. He ran.
Are you saying Obama
ran on, he doesn't believe in gay marriage, okay? You know what I'm saying? I want to be like a average black guy. And so I'm like, oh, my mother's the first lady, so that she could just like have fun, and then she'll be like a European princess, like she always used to like in reading in the 90s, like die, and then she'll be like going to the Met and shit. You know what I mean?
That'd be dope.
And then that way she can be like in the newspapers. She
could be the socialite,
you know. But Liz will be like a toxicologist doing stuff, you know.
Okay.
You know, so that's my number one thing. I got space for everybody.
You wouldn't put her as like head of the CDC or something?
No. Because I feel like that's a little too much stress.
No, I'm saying
she would prefer to work.
You are president. What are you giving me?
No, this is important.
What are you?
No, this is important.
What's in it?
This is important because everybody has a place.
Kowtow.
Everybody has
your policy.
Everybody has a place.
Indicted twice.
The Malort's making me sneeze. Everybody has a place. There's a reason, because I'm creating like a Bridgerton type thing around me. Okay.
Oh, you're creating a House of Lords.
I want to create like I want people to want to see me. I want paparazzi. Yeah. Not because I love it, but because I think that people, they want that so much that's one of the issues with Trump. They want entertainment.
Yeah.
I want to provide good policy and entertain, and I need you to be, as my friend put it earlier. My friend said, I need. There we go. I have the words right here. It's very important. Very specifically, it says that he needs a pretty ass cishet white man to regurgitate all of my progressive thoughts. Shave the beard, put a cute little outfit on, and then you
think the beard is taken away from this?
or get it trimmed up or something. I don't know.
Get it trimmed up, but this is how I keep a jawline, baby.
I need you. You're gonna be like, you're kind of like my town crier. You know what I mean? You know, like
I'm your Sean Spicer.
But you're not quite. But I don't want you to be like in the pool where it used to be the pool and now it's like where they have the reporters.
Yeah.
I need you to be it's like the Obama skit.
Oh, like the anger translator,
like,
except for like
I'm gonna help. It's like so, Mr. President, Mr. Beery, what are you gonna do about the about healthcare? Yo, I'm gonna hook everybody up. I'll make sure y'all all good and that shit is locked down.
So we're gonna provide health care for all individuals under one government subsidized organization that will allow for individuals to buy into said care project at their own discretion. However, there will be allocated funds from federal taxes and certain other fundraising tactics in order to both bring down the cost of medical coverage and provide those uncovered with insurance.
Word. Tell me that would not be a great position for you. Come on.
No, I would do very well at that, I think.
Where would you put me?
Okay, I would have you actually in your own new department.
I love it.
It would be the Office of Regional Government. Yeah.
No, it's the Office of Government. Yeah. You know what? They would go. It's like what is he in charge of? Yeah.
The Office of Regional. What's a Y thing? What would be a Y thing? I'm just trying to get it to spell orgy. He's in charge of orgy. He's actually the head of the orgy department.
You know what building my office in? 69.
Pentagon, more like menage a trois gone.
Am I right? Consensual, of course.
What?
Make sure everybody gets tested.
Hey, this guy's swabbing everyone's nasal passages.
Man, I feel like this Malort.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bitter pill to swallow, but I feel like I needed it.
I think we did. We got through it together, and that's how we're gonna get through this.
Here's a. Do you have any idea? I think since we're talking about this, what the next steps are?
I think we just gotta, keep your head up, keep your head on a swivel. Once you hear that some wild if you hear that something that sounds like it is not good, maybe even a little authoritarian-y, maybe a little fascist-y, go to protest, be active, do the shit that's necessary to kind of create public disapproval of things that would undermine our civil liberties and democracy. That's really it. It's just be aware when civil liberties are threatened, and when it comes to speaking out against it, join the chants. As difficult as it may be for such free-thinking souls as you and me, it's hard to kind of buy into these protest chants where you're like, we're just kind of saying platitudes. Like, is this even doing anything? It does. It does eventually do something.
I mean, I think that's what I like that you said that, because I think you see a lot of people online talking about making sure they're protecting themselves. And absolutely, if you need to protect yourself, you make sure you do that. But
I am going to buy a gas mask. I'm getting a respirator.
I used to have one. I need to find it.
Yeah, dig that up.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get one that's got like the...
I used to have the changeable cartridges so you can change the different filtration.
Can you put like, I don't know, helium in it and kind of make it fun?
I don't know about that.
Fight the power.
you have to not be quiet.
Yeah.
The thing is that it's not over. It hasn't happened yet. So don't crawl up and hide.
Yep.
Because since it hasn't happened yet, the only thing being quiet does is embolden the people who wanted to put you at risk. I don't know a lot, but if you look beneath this video, I'm gonna have one link that I got from Dr. Shai Gunn, who's a doctor of education, an expert in education, who has a bunch of resources about what's most likely gonna happen to the Department of Education, because that's something Trump can do very easily.
What's their name?
Well, it's Cheyenne Gunn, but they've been calling themselves Shy Gun, but then they said Cheyenne Gun in the last video, so
That just sounds like a dope ass anime.
they're cool as hell. They're really cool as hell. And I'm gonna have that link below. I'm also going to try to put some more links below. This sounds like a joke, but like just get to know who your neighbors are, because it might not be like a silly movie. It's not like a silly movie. Maybe you're not probably gonna be looking at the Gestapo outside your front door, but it'd be nice to like know what's happening. Obviously, don't tell nobody nothing. If somebody asks if somebody is pregnant, don't offer up any information about somebody's identity or anything unless
Mind your business, but know your neighbors.
that's what I'm saying. Mind your business, know your neighbors. Would we carry Malort in the bar?
Oh, God, no.
Yes.
Maybe just as a punishment kind of joke.
We're gonna have a sign that says Malort, and we're gonna keep it under the bar so that people can do that. You know what? Is it wild to go, because remember, please drink responsibly, because this will be 4.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. Are you?
4 more. 4 more.
Because it looks like we're about to wrap up.
4 more goddamn
4
years.
more goddamn years. But you know what, though? I am positive. The reason I'm positive is because I think, there's a lot of people out here who I think want companionship, and I want to be their companion. I want to be their friend. I want them to listen, and I think we're going to have a good time making this and connecting and making sure that we do our best. Nothing bad has happened yet, so don't act like it has.
What's the oh, never mind.
It's the what?
I was trying to think of the quote from Horton Hears a Who.
I'm a big elephant with big flappy ears, but I'm not Dumbo.
No, that's not it.
Thneeds.
No, that's
One cat, 2 cat.
wait, I was thinking of the one from the Lorax, where it goes,
I fucking knew it.
unless someone like you
Unless someone
cares
like you
a
cares
whole
a
awful
whole
lot,
awful lot.
nothing's going to get better. It's not. Unless. That's the thing. And then there's the picture of the tree with the word, or the stump carved into the stump. It just says unless. And unless.
I think about February. I think about
Unless.
Oh, wink, wink, wink. I think about Feb, who's my friend who passed away. I think about them a lot because they had this big, awesome Lorax tattoo on their leg.
Oh, I want a Lorax.
And I think about the fact that Feb was the first person who was really like imploring me to like fight and to like stick up for myself and others. And I knew if they were alive right now, they would be telling me like, we have to just like keep our shit together.
Yeah.
Focus and keep fucking trying. So I guess is that it?
I think that's going to be it for us.
Because grieving is a long process.
And it's not always great, but it is better with friends.
I'll say I went through half of his first term with you. And we made it.
We did.
We'll make it again.
We'll do it again.
You know what?
It's not undoable. All right. Remember, practice safe drinking. Yeah.
Well, because, drinking.
It's not required.
Ooh, but it is. Ooh. Recommended. I'm gonna just say this. Malort is weird. It doesn't taste that bad, but what I think it is people don't like is the bitterness. Because it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And it builds, baby, it builds.